Anyone who watches my channel knows I'm a big fan of the Dell XPS 13, and rightfully so, as it garners rave reviews time and time again. Check out my video when I reviewed it and you'll know exactly why. Well, in-house today we have its business class cousin. It's the Dell Latitude 13 7370. And for all intents and purposes, it's basically a Dell XPS 13 geared towards the business customer. But there are some key differences. Hi, my name's Andrew, and this is our review of the Dell Latitude 13 7370. Let's find out if it's a buy or a don't buy. The Dell Latitude 13 7370 is a business version, basically, of the Dell XPS 13. Let's find out if it's a buy or a don't buy. What you get under the hood is an Intel Core M5 Skylake processor, Intel HD Graphics 515, 8GB of RAM, and 256 gigs of SSD storage. The Latitude 13 weighs only 2.7 pounds, is only 0.6 inches thick. It's very svelte, light, and very elegant looking, but it's also very business class indeed. One thing that it can do that the Dell XPS 13 cannot, you can fold the screen all the way back, as you see here. Handy if you're in an airplane or just want to sofa surf in a tablet-like mode, something I wish the XPS 13 was able to do. You can get the exterior in all aluminum as you see here, or like the XPS 13 with carbon fiber. Inside you have a soft touch matte finish. As far as ports are concerned, you will not be disappointed. What you get are two USB 3.0 Type-C ports. You can charge the device in either one of those USB Type-C ports. You also get a micro HDMI out to drive a monitor, which is always a nice touch. And you get optional Verizon or AT&T LTE, and this is the SIM tray where you put the SIM card. Nice touch. You also get a micro SD card slot for storage expansion. Unlike the XPS 13, this is a micro SD card slot. Rounding it out, you get your 3.5mm headphone jack, and you get your USB 3.0 Type A port. And this wouldn't be geared towards businesses if it didn't have a Kensington lock port. Like the Dell XPS 13, it has a 13.3-inch QHD Plus Infinity Edge display. It's a resolution of 3200 by 1800. But unlike the XPS 13, this is a matte finish. So you don't get the super high glossy display of the XPS 13. Some may like that, some may not. It's a personal preference, it's up to you. It gets bright at 305 nits, it's got 276 ppi, and has good color at 117% sRGB. We really like the keyboard of the Dell XPS 13, but we even like the Dell Latitude 13's keyboard even better. As far as what you get 1.53 millimeters of key travel, it has 3 stages of backlighting, and it uses 63 grams of actuation. That's the amount of force necessary for a key press. Typing with accuracy was not a problem. We really like this keyboard. As far as the trackpad is concerned, we liked it, but it was not great, and it was not as good as the Dell XPS 13's precision trackpad. Here you get a smooth trackpad at 3.9 by 1.8 inches. 2-finger scrolling was okay, and Windows 10 gestures worked well. Unlike the Dell XPS 13, there are physical left and right mouse buttons, something you had to get used to after a day or so. As far as the sound is concerned, the Dell Latitude 13 has 2 speakers located on the front side bottom of the device. Let's take a look and a listen at one of our latest videos to test the speakers and the sound. Anyone who's watched my channel knows I'm a big fan of the Chewy HI12 with its 12-inch Retina high-res display and its excellent price. Well, we have its little brother in the house today, although it packs a big punch. Hi, my name's Andrew, and this is our review of the Chewy HiBook Pro, a 10.1-inch super high-res display with an excellent price. Let's find out if it has what it takes to compete in the 2-in-1 arena. Let's find out if it's a buy or a don't buy. The Chewy HiBook Pro is a As you can hear, the sound is very good, it's excellent, and it had good mids and really had nice bass. This is really an impressive sounding business machine, not something you'd normally see in a business class device. Good job, Dell, on the speakers and the sound. And like the Dell XPS 13, the webcam is located on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, something they had to do to make room for the Infinity Edge display, which results in up-your-nose webcam action, something that plagued the Dell XPS 13. As far as performance is concerned, here's how the Dell Latitude 13 did on the Geekbench 4.0 test. It did a 39.99 on the multi-core score. Not quite as good as the Dell XPS 13, but that's to be expected as this runs a Core M processor, not an i5 or an i7 as the XPS 13 does. The Intel HD 515 graphics did 11,899 on the API score of the Geekbench 4.0 test. The Dell Latitude 13 uses a light-on SSD, and speaking of the SSD, here's how it did on the Crystal DiskMark scores. It did a 545.6 on the read and a 346.9 on the write. Not bad. And it did a 19,803 on the Octane 2.0 score. Pretty good indeed. As we stated earlier, there's optional LTE with Verizon or AT&T. It has dual-band wireless AC and has Bluetooth 4.0. As far as battery life is concerned, it was mediocre at best, and I believe it was a bit subpar in my opinion. With 60% screen brightness, it got 6 hours and 21 minutes. That's with Chrome, light gaming, and some YouTube. This is not great. This is not best in category in terms of a business class device. It's 6 hours and 21 minutes, will not last you the full day. So if you're taking this on a road trip, make sure you take the adapter. So overall, is the Dell Latitude 13 7370 a buy or a don't buy? Can it live up to the hype cast by the Dell XPS 13, its consumer-oriented cousin that garners rave reviews time and time again? And the answer is it's a buy. I love its gorgeous matte display, vivid Infinity edge-to-edge display, excellent build quality, nice keyboard, optional LTE, and I like the fact that the screen can fold all the way back and you can use it in a tablet-like mode. But there are things I don't like about this device. First, I think it has below average battery life, especially for a business class device. Second, it has that awkward webcam that goes up your nose when you're doing a Skype or video conference, something that plagued the Dell XPS 13. And speaking of the Dell XPS 13, this does not have a full-size SD card slot, something the Dell XPS 13 had. And the Dell XPS 13 had better performance since it had a Core i5, a Core i7. This has a Core M processor. And since it's a Core M processor, it is a fanless design and you don't have any fan noise, something the Dell XPS 13 has. And another good thing about this device is now you can find it refurbished for about $700 to $750. A real bargain in my opinion, because this originally came in well over $1,500 when it hit the streets. Now you can get it well below that. So if you're looking for an alternative to the Dell XPS 13 and want that edge-to-edge Infinity display but not have the fan noise, this may be your ticket. Check out the Dell Latitude 13 7370. It is a buy. So what do you think about the Dell Latitude 13 7370? Do you think it can compete with the likes of the Dell XPS 13? Is it different enough from the Dell XPS 13? Remember, it's running the Core M5 or M7 processor. That means it's fanless, no fan noise to contend with. The Dell XPS 13 does have certain advantages over it as well. And do you like the matte screen versus the high glossy screen of the Infinity Edge display found on both devices? Let me know in the comment section below. I am curious to see if this is something you are interested in. And if you already have one, let me know how it's been working out for you. Coming soon to AMDtech is a very special review of the Xiaomi Mi Notebook Air 13.3-inch version. As you know, I've unboxed and reviewed the 12.5-inch version and gave it very high marks, rave reviews. In fact, I really love it. It's become my go-to grab-and-go laptop when I want something thin and light. I love its Core M3 processor. Well, the 13.3-inch is on its way. It has a Core i5 processor. It has a dedicated NVIDIA GPU, and I'm looking forward to seeing that 8 gigabytes versus the 4 gigabytes of the 12.5-inch version. So stay tuned to find out if this is worth your money. Stay tuned for that review coming very soon here at AMDtech. Be on the lookout for it. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. I want you to let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's something out there you want me to review. I will do my best to try to make that happen. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMDtech. See ya.